He is the largest shareholder in JCP with a whopping 18%. In the past, he has said he thinks he can make 15 times his investment on JCPenney, but just last night, he lost $32 million in after hours on the stock reactions to Ron Johnson's moving out. And remember, it was Ackman who made a big bet on Johnson. He recruited him from Apple in 2011. He had told the New York Times, Ron Johnson is the Steve Jobs of the retail industry. He's a credit to the company. He believed in Johnson's startup mentality. The big question now is, now that Johnson is out, will Ackman hold on? Does he have a little bit of egg on his face here? It's really too soon to tell. Now, I spoke to one very prominent investor in JCPenney who said Ullman is a strong and safe place card holder, but that's the extent of his role. The company needs someone 24/7, an operational leader, burning the midnight oil. It didn't turn out to be Ron Johnson, and at almost 67 years old, it's not Ullman either. Now, they have been in talks with possible Johnson replacements before his departure. Unfortunately, it didn't line up with him leaving and them having the next person in line. As Sheila mentioned earlier, it sounds like there are some private equity candidates that are looking closely as JCPenney as an investment, not necessarily to go private.
Well, you can imagine they might be sniffing around now, JCP, the embattled retailer. Now, you mentioned before, Stephanie, Ackman has made some other bad retail calls.
Indeed, he has. It's not his first time at the retail rodeo. He lost big on Borders and Target, and Ackman acknowledges losing at least $125 million on Target. He sold that stake in early 2011, losing about 90% of his firm's $2 billion investment. He also lost big on Borders, and Sears and Kmart was not a losing trade for him. It might end up being a losing trade for Eddie Lampert, but if you remember, in 2004-2005, Ackman co-invested with Vornado. It ended up being a win. And JCPenney, like a Sears, is a big real estate play. So it could be interesting. It's not necessarily a retail disaster for him, but if you look at his roadmap to retail, it's been somewhat spotty.